Good morning, my friends. Happy Wacky Wednesday. I hope you guys had a wonderful Taco Tuesday. It is now time for my favorite part of the day. It's time for the math question of the day. Yeah. So before I get into today's math question of the day, I'm going to quickly go over yesterday's math question. So yesterday was pretty simple. All we had to do was fill in the missing numbers. So we were practicing counting down between 20 and 10. Now this helps us just kind of recognize where the teen numbers would go on a number line. It helps us recognize a linear counting formation. It helps us recognize that each of these numbers is just one less. It helps us with a lot of things, and it's not too hard to do. Now, what I said yesterday in yesterday's video is that you could start from here. This is not how we read. Don't do this when you're reading. But you could start from here and count up if you needed to double check your work. But we've counted down a lot of times. So really all you have to do is start at 20 and then start counting backwards. So we have 20, and then right here should be 19. And I can double check that because I can count and go, okay, 18, what would come next? Oh, it would be 19. So we've got 20, 19, 18, 17. This one's going to be a 16. And we can also check that because we know that the ones are really what we're looking at here. So once we get 19 can kind of be hard because we've got the 20, but we can look at the 18 and see, okay, what's going to be one more than 8? That'll go here. So now really what I'm doing is I'm looking at the ones, and then I'm thinking what's one less than that number. So 16, I'm going to look at this 6, and then what's one less than 6? A 5. And then I know that we're talking about a group of 10 and then the ones. So I'm going to have the 10 here for 15. So we got 16, 15, 14, 13. Now I just have to think of this last number. So I can look at the 3 here, or I could even jump over and look at the 1 and 11 and just think, okay, what's going to come after 11? What comes before 13? Or I can look at the ones and think, okay, what number would go between a 1 and a 3. Then you have your 2 for your 12 for your ones, and then you draw the 10, or just the 1 for the 10, because remember the 12 is hiding, or the 2 is hiding the 0. And there you have it. Hopefully pretty simple, not too tricky. I figured we were going to have an okay time with this, especially because we can double check and count up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it makes sense. Okay, so there's that. Then today, you're kind of going to see why for the teen numbers I have been writing and drawing things in 5 groups, and why we encourage that a lot in kindergarten math, because it just kind of makes it a little easier. Now it might be easier for you to just draw everything out in one straight line and count that way, kind of like a number line, and that's okay. But if you do, just a random number in a top line and then a number at the bottom, sometimes it gets hard. So for this one, it says count the smiles, then draw, whoops, I'm going to be erasing the 10 frame. Then you're going to draw dots in this double 10 frame. So we have a 10 frame up top and then a 10 frame on the bottom. And this is just because we wouldn't be able to fit a teen number in just one 10 frame. And we know that we're working with teen numbers, so we're going to need at least 2 10 frames. So you're going to count the smiles, then draw dots in the double 10 frame to match. So you're going to count up all these smiles, and then you're going to draw dots using these 10 frames so that it matches. And the point of this is just to kind of see what's easier. Is it easier to count things kind of in a linear formation like this, or is it easier to count things quickly using the 10 frame? That's just kind of what we're looking at today. For me, it's a lot easier doing it in the 10 frames, doing it the 5 group way, because then I can very quickly glance at it and know how much it is, versus here, I wrote this, I drew this, and I don't even really remember how much it was. So I would have to actually count every single smiley face. So to kind of show you what we're talking about, I'm going to give you an example on the back, because this is kind of a tricky one. I keep erasing the 10 frames, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to count all the smileys, and then I'm going to use this double 10 frame to to draw my dots in. Now to make a 10 frame, you can just draw everything the 5 group way, and then you can draw the 10 frame around it. In fact, I'll show you how to do that instead, because you guys will have to draw your 10 frames. You don't have to draw your smiley faces. You can just count mine and then fill in your own 10 frame. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So to make a 10 frame using these smiley faces, 12, I'm going to kind of write this up here so I don't forget. 12. So I'm going to draw my dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I can kind of make a little box around these guys. And then I just split them up. So if you draw your dots the 5 group way, then you can really easily make a 10 frame around it. And then we've got, so this is 10, and then I need 2 more. 1, 2. Then the hard thing with this is we still want it to be a 10 frame down here. So you just have to make sure that you have some empty blocks too. And there you go. There you have it. I find looking at this so much easier than looking at this. This I definitely needed to count out, even though I'm the one who drew it. Like, I should remember how much it is. But I can glance at this and I know I can really quickly see that there's 2 5 groups, and I know that's 10. And then 10 and 2 more. We've been talking about it this whole time is 12. So this is easier for me. It might not be easier for you, but this is going to help us practice those teen numbers, you know, keep working on our place value, which are all really important things for first grade. Because when we get into first grade, we're going to be working with teen numbers a lot, especially to add and subtract, and we're going to be talking about place value, and it's just like a whole lot. So that's why we're practicing this now. All right, so I'm going to show you the question again. So you're going to count all these smileys. I'm going to try not to erase them. Count the smileys, and I'll come bring them up closer, and then you can make your double 10 frame and then draw your dots to match, okay? Sorry, this math question is taking a lot longer than normal, so I apologize. All right, my friends, I hope you are doing well. I'm very proud of all the work you guys are doing. Keep it up. I miss you, and I hope I get to talk to you soon. Bye.